Okay, real quick. All right. Now we're going to flip around another one of these live tests where we're going to go through stuff that comes in a binder. I'm wondering why someone would have sold this stuff back to the card shop for basically a few bucks. We'd like to welcome 1978 Rich Goose Gossage to the wall. Now, this guy was a reliever from 72 to 75 with the White Sox. For some reason, they had him be a starter in 76 and then went on to the Yankees and pitched with them from 78 to 83, saving lots of games and pitching lots of innings as a reliever. He wasn't one of those 3-out guys. Ultimately, he became a Hall of Famer, pitched 22 years for 9 different teams because that's sometimes what happens with relief pitchers that pitch forever. They work their way around the league. Okay, anyway, there, binder. Sleeves. There were more sleeves in here. This is one of those deals where I bought a binder for about 10 bucks, or exactly 10 bucks, and a bunch of cards were in there. The cards are just kind of extra. I wanted the binder and the sleeve so we could organize some junk wax cards where we have complete sets. This was some of the stuff that was in one of the binders, a lot of rookie and prospect cards. I can't imagine that the dealer gave the seller a whole lot of money, but we pulled these cards out. They'll get collated with the cards I actually have for these years, but we figured, what the heck, let's go ahead and just flip through them for fun to see what we have. Rookies, prospects, and did any of these guys pan out? 1989 Fleers where we start. Randy Kramer and Miguel Garcia, already looking bad. Okay, I don't want the message to tell me things. And we've got, there we go, it fades away now. Torey Lovullo and Robert Palacios. Ken Hill, Dennis Cook. I mean, that's okay. Oh, not 1990 Fleer. We go to Colin and Rudy Cianez, who actually remember pitching. Kelly Mann. Remember 1990 Donruss? We had like 16 of these cards in the last video we did like this. Dave Hansen. Okay. And then, we have doubles of Stu Tate and Greg Smith. Derek May and Mike who? Yeah, Mike Rossler. Mike Gardner, Scott Hemond. Luckily, we have 2 of those. Expos, we love the Expos. A single card of John Orton and Scott Leyes. Doubles of Rich Monteleone and Dana Williams. Monteleone did some middle relieving for the Yankees when they were really bad. Mike Huff and Steve Fry, basically shortly after this card was made. Chucky McElroy and Moises Alou. That's probably the best that we're going to get. Alou, pretty darn good career. It's on some of those Cubs teams that were good. Mike Hartley, Bobby Ross. Matt Kinzer, Wayne Edwards. I assume did some relief pitching because he's left-handed. We're moving up to what, 1992 Fleer. Kenny Lofton was a beast. Take a look at that. He had a nice little career. Chris Crone. Willie Banks, Rob Maurer, Don Harris, Cliff Brantley, Monty Ferris, Jarvis Brown, Scott Brocious. I mean, this color is terrible, but I actually like the back of the base cards. This is the prospect card, but this color was just bad. Jeff Gardner, Roberto Hernandez. We had him in the other one. The other live we did, he saved a bunch of games to the White Sox. Moving on to 1992 Fleer Ultra, where we're starting to get into some higher quality card stock and some gloss and at least some decent graphics. That's a little cheesy. Peter Hoy, rookie card. Esteban Beltre. There's Kenny Lofton again. I don't know that this is technically a rookie, though, for this year. And then Rico Rossi, Calvin Jones, Derek Bell did some things, Ben Rivera, Archie Cianfrocco. That was one of the better names at the time. Little double image on the back, and it's an Expo, so we show respect there. They don't exist anymore. Paul Miller, and then we go up to, are we up to 93? We've kind of got that flame behind the logo. So Dan Walters, there aren't a whole heck of a lot of these that he had. There's Booney. That would be Yankees manager's brother, Brett Boone. JT Bruett.
Here's the only good guy here.
You're correct. Tim Sockeye Salmon of the Angels. All right.
Probably the only good player in that entire stack.
Yeah, there weren't many. Now we're going to move this stack over here. And, we're not done. We're going to switch over to Score now. 1988 score. Just, yeah, go and just thumb through the orange ones. Rookie prospects. Randy Moose Milligan. I'll flip one over. I like the colorful backs that they did using different colored inks. That sort of worked. Kevin Elster. ×4.
One of them's kind of in rough shape.
That's kind of a...
In the corner.
Oh, darn. Well, that's okay. We have 3 others. 1, 2, 3 of Jody Reed. He had some doubles, I remember. Sean Abner. Kurt, what was that man wearing? Thank you, Chris Berman. Pete Stanitsek. Rob Ducey. Gary Thurman. Leading off base. Daryl Ackerfelds. Roberto Kelly. Keith Hughes. John Davis. Mike Devereaux, remember him with the Orioles. Keith Miller, fielding his position. Tony's brother, Chris. Tim Cruz, rest in peace. Was involved in that boating accident. Vicente Palacios. Greg Jeffries, once again, had a hot 140-some at-bats in, 1988 or something? Yeah, it won't show here. He would actually do a little bit. And then pretty much, not that exciting. Oh, we got 1989.
Some more rookies. Some more score rookies.
Yeah, let's score on over here. 1989 rookies. And whoever had this, they made an effort to just pull out all the rookies from the set and keep them in a binder. And then they're eventually like, you know what? Most of these guys didn't pan out. I want to get rid of these cards. Bill Brennan. Carlos Quintana. At least a couple hot months for the Red Sox. Mike Harkey probably had some decent starts with the Cubs. Tom Prince, a catcher. More Tom Prince. Steve Searcy. We saw some of these with the Donruss, I believe. Steve Searcy. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many Charlie Hayes? That's Key Bryan's dad. And then Felix Jose, not to be confused with Jose Felix. Derek Lilliquist, left-hander, so he at least pitched. Geronimo Baroa. Luis Funky Cole Medina, and Tom Gordon. They went to more of a solid color, and they didn't mix up a whole bunch of different colors on the back like they did in '88. Ramon Martinez, now he wasn't too shabby. Craig Worthington, he at least played. Edgar Martinez was quite good for a long time. Third baseman turned DH because he wasn't really all that great as a third baseman. Chad Kruder, that seems excessive to have 4 of those. Van Snyder. Dwight Smith. Was he not the Rookie of the Year? Well, we have 5 Dwight Smiths. See, it's the whole Dwight Smith, Jerome Walton. I always forget. Those 2 guys were big for the 1989 Cubs. We'll put in the text to correct myself there. Cameron Drew. Gerald Clark. It was Norm Charlton. Yeah, it was Jerome Walton of the Cubs as the Rookie of the Year that year. Right? Yes? Yeah, Luis De Los Santos, why would you know? You're 14. Tim Jones, even Jeffrey's a Cub fan, and he mixes up Jerome Walton and Dwight Smith. Dave West. Bob Malacky, and there's Wrigley Field. Turn on the lights. They were playing all day games for their home games until 1988 when they said, hey, how about we play some night baseball? Pretty exciting.
Like everyone else.
Yep, like everyone else. They still play a decent amount of day games. All right.
Okay.
All right, that's enough talking about the Cubs because I don't know a whole lot as much as I thought. A 1990 score.
Let's just lay all 4 of these up here.
Well, there's Larry Walker. I mean, that's fantastic. And then you have Pat Combs, Juan Bell, and John Pulowski. I'm going to tell you that the only one worth more than a penny is going to be the Larry Walker over there.
Okay.
Are we going to go to 1991?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And we have all these. This is awful. Greg
here.
Blouser, Kyle Abbott, first-round draft picks. Rookie prospect Brian McRae. He had a career. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Brian McRaes. All right. Pedro Munoz. Daryl Irvine. Probably not named after the city. Chris Hoyles, at least hit a few home runs. Thomas Howard, Jeff Manto, Mike Bordick, he played. Todd Hundley, he played. He caught. Jim Vatcher, Luis Soho, he bounced around every team because he was an infielder. Jose Offerman was a part of the Dodgers for a little while. Mike Benjamin played. Ozzie Canseco, not really. Jose's brother, duh. Tim McIntosh, lots of Tim McIntosh. Terry Shumpert. Oh, is that? That's not Derek Jeter. That's probably Mike Gallego. David Walsh, rookie prospect. Julio Valera. Anthony Telford. Jim Poole. Mark Whitten, hard-hitting Mark Whitten. Terry Wells. I don't remember that guy. Rafael Valdez. Mel Stottlemyre Jr. Hey, I know his dad. His dad was good. Played for the Yankees. David Segui did a few things, I think it's fair to say. Paul Abbott. Kyle Abbott, Paul Abbott, Steve Howard, Carl Tuffy Rhodes. Believe he had a 3-homer game for the Cubs. Joe Gray in the white. We got 5 pitching for the Angels. And Jeff McKnight with the nice glasses. Mark Dewey, Mark Lee, Rosario Rodriguez. And we're gonna drop it like it's hot. We got more Rosario Rodriguez. And these are 1991, and they're all just the rookie prospects. And some of these they had pitched for their team, so they basically were just still rookies. And these are guys that actually, they made it to the majors. Chuck McElroy, so rookie Mickey Morandini. That's a good shot at Mickey Morandini. Bill Hasselman. Dave Pavlis, Derek May, and then we're getting in the first-round draft picks, Jeremy Burnett. He did some things. Don Peters, I don't really recall him doing much of anything. Alex Fernandez was quite good. There we go. Yes, I have no problem with that. Mike Mussina, darn near a Hall of Fame career. Dan Smith, 4 times, 5 times. Lance Dixon, Carl Everett, had a temper. Tom Nevers, you can never have enough Nevers. Adam Hudzu, Mark Newfields. Oh, and then this is from the 1991 National Sports Card Convention set. The National Sports Collectors Convention, some kind of 10-card set. So we go with Ray Langford, Steve Decker, Gary Scott, that didn't work out. Hensley Bam Bam Mullins, that didn't work out either. Tim Naring, Mark Whitten again, Ed Sprague, Charles Nagy, Terry Shumpert, and Chuck New Kids on Knobloch.
Okay.
You can just put them right down wherever. Yeah. Not done yet. Oh, let's keep this under 20 minutes. 1992 rookie prospects, or just call them rookies. I don't want to leave prospects out. These guys would have played already. Frank Castillo. Bernie Williams. There we go.
That's a good flyer.
Yeah, look at that. Not wearing contact lenses yet.
Still got the glasses.
Burn, baby, burn. Brett Barbary, Doug Henry. So these are going to be the rookies from the 92 score. Terry Matthews, Jeff Vicero, Mike Magnante, Jim Hunter, not Catfish Hunter, Jose Mota, spent a lot of time, Dodgers organization and an Angels radio broadcaster, helped out doing TV work and whatnot. Rod Beck, the shooter, saved a lot of games. Jim Austin, Brian Hickerson, Bruce Egloff, John Wayner, Darren Holmes, did some relieving. Dave Hansen again. Ron Tingley, Ricky Jones, Ryan Bowen. Oh my gosh. Terry Bross, Esteban Beltre, Gil Heredia, Monty Ferris. Ooh, first round picks. Al Shirley. Surely can't be serious. John Farrell, Scott Ruffcorn, Tyrone Hill. We've seen some of these in the other set that we were zipping through. What do you got? Benji Gill, Aaron Seeley, actually pitched, did something. Tyler Green. Oh, then boom, we're back to Don Wakamatsu. He got into coaching. I know that name from the Cubs somewhere. Mike Humphreys, Scott Service, the catcher, he played. Rico Rossi, and John Ramos of the Yankees. No, remember that career. Milt Hill, a couple Stan Royers. He was a third baseman. Jeff Plimpton, Braulio Castillo, Larisse Mercedes, Sean Hare, Reggie Sanders. Okay, he was okay. Tom Goodwin, he was a guy who stole a bunch of bases at some point. All right, carved himself out a little bit of a career. He's a little dented. Stacey Jones, Wayne Housey, Mike Ignasic, two Wayne Ignasics, Mike Ignasics, Jose Manzanillo, Gary Cooper, Royce Clayton, not the Gary Cooper, Hector Fajardo, Blaine Beatty, Scott Brocious had a career, did some things, world champion with the Yankees. There's the back of those cards, a quick look. I start falling all over the place. Some Jim Lewis, Chuck E. Carr, stole a lot of bases for a few years. Tony Eusebio catching. Dan Howitt of the A's. I have a feeling you have more than... All right, Kevin Ward, got a couple of them. And then Jose Hernandez, who did some infield work for more than a few years, if I remember correctly.
And we still have some more.
I throw some more up there. Emilio Carrera, you got to be a diehard Phillies fan to know that one. Jarvis Brown, Andy Moda,
Okay.
Roberto Hernandez again. Now we're with 92 rookie prospects. Cal Eldred had his moments. Andy Moda, Stan Royer, and I'll give a little flip over. They kind of went black and green. Not a bad look.
It's Pinnacle.
Pinnacle by score. Carlos Garcia, so I guess trying to be a higher end brand. Sean Barry, Lance Dixon, but still the same terrible players. Freddie Benavides, Tyrone Hill again, and now we're up to 93 score. Rico Bronya. Yeah, Brad Brink. The type on those is a little suspect. Mike Munoz, Matt Stairs, Russ Springer, Tim Scott, Pete Young, Al Martin, Kerry Woodson, and then these draft picks of Benji
Junior.
Grigsby and Chris Roberts. Sure. And then Ryan Thompson. What, we're up to 93 score select. So Dave Nielsen of the Brewers, Anthony Young, he 2-14. Look at how he started
That's
his career,
awful.
4-18? Yeah, wasn't a good start. Jim Bollinger, John Doherty, Eric Fox, Tim McIntosh, Bob Sticky Wickman of the Yankees. Yeah, he helped out. He was a part. All right, John Valentin. Oh, okay, cool. Derek Wallace jumping up in the air. Rick Helling pitching from the sky. And Jason Kendall from Torrance, California.
Catching from the sky.
He's floating in the air as a first round draft pick.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching.